The day I was raped was the day I realized how badly I needed to help the world change and how it helped me. Throughout my life, I've experienced multiple situations that have really taught me how much consent matters. A lot of people push it off and just say it's not that important, but I promise you, it's one of the most important things in everyone's life. Consent ensures respect, safety, and builds trust in a relationship, and it must be active and full at all times, not just have or just expecting that you have it. It also must be a mutual agreement to engage in sexual activities, and everyone must agree and be able to agree. Able to, as in legal age, not threatened, and sober. There should be absolutely no guessing that consent was given. There should be no begging for it, drugging someone for it, or manipulating / blackmailing someone. Consent for one thing is like kissing is not consent for other things like full-on sex. Sexual assault also affects more than anyone would ever think. It affects their mental health. It affects relationships, whether it's with partners, friendships, or even with family sometimes. Sexual assault also comes with a lot of mental issues like depression, eating disorders, PTSD, sleep disorders, and suicidal thoughts. And since I have personally experienced it, I can tell you that it does get bad at times, no matter how long it's been. It's been 9 months since this has happened, and I am still struggling to go some places. There will also be multiple triggers, whether it's with situations, names, or feelings. What also affects the victim's mental health is victim blaming. Victim blaming is when the victim is blamed for what they were wearing, where they were, or who they were with. Victim blaming can send the victim spiraling about what happened, whether they could have changed it, if they could have changed it, or how else it could have happened. It also leads to them wanting to or actually taking their own life. The first step for healing is asking for help, and the RAIN organization has a way where you can help people or yourself. It's called TALK. T, thank them for telling you. A, ask how you can help. L, listen without judgment. And K, keep supporting them no matter what. 80% of people don't report what happened out of fear of what will happen, what their assaulter will do to them, etc. A lot of survivors get guilt-tripped by their attackers so they can keep you trapped, and that's not okay. But the survivors need to remember that they should never worry about what will happen to their attacker. They ruined their life first by touching you in the first place. You need to get them caught before they do it to someone else. The RAIN organization also says that couples need to have talk about consent, what's okay, what's not, and what's not, and boundaries. Therapy is also very much needed for moving on and healing and recognizing triggers. Triggers won't always make sense to everyone. They won't even make sense to yourself sometimes, but they are very important to know. Sometimes a therapist will provide medication, but it should never be fully dependent on. Survivors also need to remember take time. Patience is a virtue. It could take months to years to fully heal, or even at least take a step forward. So, people need to know how to ask for help, whether it's 24-hour hotlines, websites, numbers, or organizations. The victims need to remember that they are never alone and never will be. They need to report what happened as soon as they can, no matter how terrifying it may be. Silence only protects the violence. So we need to be the generation of change. We need to change silence to support, presence, pressure to permission, and teach the new and younger generations about sexual assault and consent so the numbers can lower. Consent is not optional and should have absolutely no gray area. A lot of times when sexual assault is brought up, everyone just assumes that it's a woman's issue, but it's not. It's everyone's issue, regardless of age, race, or sexuality. No man is weak for getting assaulted, and no woman is pathetic for not being able to fight back. So we need to support each other instead of shaming each other. We should help each other heal. We also need to remember that sexual assault is not a joke and should not be normalized ever. Joking about sexual assault only makes you the bad person in the situation. Change does not need to start in a courtroom, it needs to start with us. Thank you.